So a lot of the focus from the Australian press of late has been on al-Roj, considering that this group of 34 women and children have been there. But further south, there is a second camp known as al-Hol. Even though al-Hol is not actually that far away, it is now in a different part of Syria. It is in an area of the country now controlled by Syrian government forces after the army of the new president, Ahmed al-Shara, swept across large swathes of Syria that had been under Kurdish control for the best part of a decade. Not only was this camp, al-Hol, there with at one stage up to 23,500 ISIS-linked families and associates inside this camp, but there were also some Islamic State prisons in this area as well. And the Syrian government has been very scathing of the behaviour, the conduct of the Kurdish forces, saying that they had effectively abandoned their posts guarding these facilities, both the camps and the prisons, left them in a situation where people could escape from those camps and prisons. And today in Damascus, we have heard from the Syrian Interior Ministry confirming that they believe there was a mass escape of IS-linked families and associates from the al-Hol camp. It's not exactly clear how many people have got out there. That detail has not been publicised by the Syrian Interior Ministry, but they have said that there were more than 130 different breaches of a 17-kilometre long perimeter fence at al-Hol once Syrian government forces arrived some 6 hours after the Kurdish forces, known as the SDF, had pulled back from there. We also know that al-Hol has been ordered to close, and of the people still in al-Hol, which at its peak included more than 6,500 foreigners from 44 different countries, of that group still in the camp, they have been moved to a new facility near the Syrian city of Aleppo. Now, the ABC has asked the Syrian Interior Ministry whether or not any Australians are in that cohort there. Here's the response we got.
In respect to the privacy of those who were held in the previous hotel in inhumane conditions, we are keeping the data about the numbers and nationalities, but we are sure that everyone will be treated humanely, according to human dignity and human rights. And in the case of the presence of non-Syrian refugees, they will be contacted by their foreign ministries through the Syrian Foreign Ministry.
So you would have to say, even if there are groups of Australians in that cohort now residing in this new facility in Aleppo, based on the rhetoric that the Albanese government has been putting out there with regards to the al-Roj group, this group of 34 who have shot to the headlines in the course of the last week and a half, even if Syrian authorities do contact the Australian government and say there are Australians in Aleppo, I don't necessarily think, based on what we've heard, that we're going to see much support offered to that cohort from the Albanese government.